Hey everyone, it peeps me off like how much Logan Paul has been popular this year and as of recent by just like making out lawsuits out in the open and people focus on that. Like I can't remember like the last thing he did apart from like WWE, fair enough, that's pretty good. But apart from that, people may know him online or people they make videos like me about him just making lawsuits. Like, the numerous ones about Prime that he made to other people and the ones that Prime received, and of course the big one recently to Coffeezilla. And that one in specific is massive to me because like all the other ones he made before, yeah, he is very clear, he wants to make very weak ones, to just scare people. Whenever, like, I remember when someone made a TikTok saying like how there were microplastics in Prime bottles or the Prime drink, and he threatened to sue them. He didn't because the guy on TikTok was like a random nobody, so he didn't care that much. But Coffeezilla, he's one person that, is pretty popular and has a respecting connotation of someone, that's smart and knows what he's doing. So when he makes a video like calling you a scammer or just like calling all the stuff you've done to like rob people of money, that has actual weight. It doesn't forgive the fact that, he's still being sued for millions for the dumbest shit ever. Like, I don't think, personal opinion, I don't think someone should get sued for just giving like actual information, like actual evidence, backed up evidence on a video and very clearly proving that you rob people of money. I don't think, you should sue them just for that. My point being that Logan Paul, you should like branch out more. You can't like keep saying he's popular forever by just making lawsuits. I mean, even right now in this video, I'm talking about a story where he got bit in the ass, or Prime got bit in the ass by another lawsuit that is probably more massive than anything else he's done before. Like, I feel like with the amount that he's getting sued for in this lawsuit, it's more than the collective amount that he sued other people for, being at $68 million. My God. He's not being sued himself, it's more so Prime. But if you know anything about him, you know how closely interlinked you are with him. Like I feel like with him, he's like the Pepsi man, sort of, to Prime. Whenever you think of Prime with the ads and promotions, it's always Logan Paul that comes to your mind. So of course it makes sense, why he'd be plastered on the headlines and pictures, with Prime being hit with this massive lawsuit, which was filed by the massive soft drink producer Refresco for breaking contract. And basically, if you don't know them, you should know them because they make most of the popular drinks. Like, I feel like globally, I don't know, I haven't looked into like the business, the math side on how much they make. I mean, just off the top of my head, they make, juices, beers, energy drinks, and of course the big one, soft drinks. That one by itself, like that single product or the market, probably, makes them massive globally, which explains why Logan Paul went to them, or his company went to them to make the Prime drink. Well, initially, when it started 3 years ago, they made a contract where over the course of 3 years, they had to, by contract, order 55.5 million Prime bottles, like your drinks. And, over 3 years, that would be, how much was it? 18.5 million. And, not that bad. At the time when I was a kid, and I was probably like 16 or 17, whatever, I would have thought, Prime could have easily like beat that, the margin within a year. Not that much, because of how popular it was with all the Zoomers and the kids, like biting each other's throats to get a single bottle from like a store. I mean, you had scalpers like rob crates of Prime bottles and like sell it at a 40% profit increase. That's how badly they wanted it. So clearly it wouldn't be that bad, or it'd be very easy to like beat that margin of 18.5 million a year. But here's the shocking part, to me at least. They struggled to meet that, and even more so by 2024, with stuff like losing social media hype, people like not caring that much, and a bunch of other lawsuits. And for me personally, I know like just one or maybe a couple, but I know for a fact there's like an actual like bedrock of way more behind the scenes that we don't know about. Because with Logan Paul and the company, I will give it to them, they know how to put on a prestige image and make it seem like they're professional when they're not at all. Because a while back you had the whole story of like microplastics found in Prime, either from the drink or the bottles, but automatically that's like a huge lawsuit with like Logan Paul attacking everyone, but also the FDA and big companies, part of the government, also attacking them. Because when you have kids mainly drinking your shit, it does make sense to like not want them to be full of microplastics, like acetal, having a straw up its nose. But no matter how much Logan Paul tries to defend it, when you have microplastics and your own drink in the same headline, it's very hard to get people to move past that and ignore it, because they won't. Which is more than likely what led to the decrease of expected sales. I mean, in general, like, having a drink or making it does lead to like a lot of issues. Like, for example, to show like how tight they were in planning it, and just like how much they fucked up as well on their own behalf, they had to do like a machine test because they had like a new set for making drinks or the bottles, and they failed to make a test for that, and they had to back up the orders for like a month, which doesn't sound too bad. But when you're on contract, you make like a number of sales or orders, like that tiny period of time will fuck you over a lot, which I'm pretty sure they got like a penalty just from that, because they didn't meet that 18.5 million target within the first year, the most popular year. Now, I do have to mention that I would feel like a liar for making it seem like Logan Paul is getting fucked in the ass from this. But honestly, even though, I mean, everyone knows now, he's more like the face mascot of the company. He doesn't have like, pure ownership of it. He's definitely worried about it, and he might be paid a little bit. But the impact of this $68 million lawsuit is spread between of like a bunch of other people that own shares in the company, not just him. So you might see a couple of videos or posts by Logan Paul saying like how this lawsuit is bullshit and how he was scammed, ironically. But that's only because he has to. He's the face of the company. Whatever like big shit Prime gets into, he has to be the first person to respond to it, to clear up the air and improve its image. Either way, as long as the lawsuit is biting him in the ass, like 20% with a bunch of other people in the company, I'm fine with it, I don't care, that makes me happy. Because this is karma for him like being so trigger happy for making a lawsuit with so many other people, like Coffee Silla, with just no regard. Where even if it's a threat and someone to go the full way, if you use the scummy tactic of scaring people for taking all the money for just tiny stuff they said about your company that was wrong, you're a douchebag.